Tonight, the mushroom house knows before anyone says a word. The air has that thin, fragile sound it gets before porcelain breaks. The stove still breathes, the kettle still sighs, but somewhere in the walls a slow line is opening, hair fine and honest. Outside, snow is coming down in small, deliberate flakes as if the sky is trying not to wake anyone. I sit on the table, not on the chair. My tail is wrapped tight around my paws, the way it is when something serious is happening, and I am pretending it is not. May's body moves like someone who has walked very far with a heavy backpack and has finally reached the last bench on the path. She is not collapsing. She is just done. The house feels it. The beams feel it. Even the cracked mug by the sink feels it, its own chipped rim humming in sympathy. So we decide, without voting, that tonight is a celebration. Not of a victory, not of a miracle, just of the impossible fact that all of us, at some point, somehow, were here at all. Mr. Sadness sits nearest to the stove, as always, knees pulled up, hands around his cup. His eyes are swollen, but he is not leaking tonight. He is just wide open and very quiet. Mr. Fear hesitates in the doorway for a long time, his thin shoulders caught between going in and running away. May notices him, and that is enough. She does not call. She simply leaves a chair slightly pulled out. Eventually, he slides into it, as if trying not to disturb the dust. Big-eyed Ool clacks softly on the windowsill, shaking snow out of her feathers. She has brought a little parcel of cold air and street noise from the world outside, then tucks her head under one wing and listens. On the shelves, the fox paw print memories, the leaf and the mushroom, the golden birds, all the stitched pages rustle faintly, like a room full of old people adjusting in their chairs. There is bread, not much but enough to break. There is something hot in the pot, one of those soups that taste mostly of time and patience. May moves slowly, putting bowls down, hands a little shaky, back a little stiffer than last winter. No one pretends she is not tired. No one asks her to pour faster or smile wider. The house has grown too wise for that. We do not raise glasses and we do not make speeches. Instead, each one lets one memory rise. Mr. Sadness thinks of the first night he was allowed to sit by the stove instead of outside the door. Mr. Fear remembers the moment he realized no one here would throw him out to prove a point. Big-eyed Yule remembers carrying messages through rain and bad reception so that love could keep finding its way back to this table. I remember Mai on the floor with papers and bills and letters and pain, still opening the door to anyone who knocked, even when her own bones wanted to shut down. The crack in the wall lengthens by the width of a hair. It is not a threat, just a sentence being finished. Houses can only hold as much as their walls can bear. May's body has been one of those houses. She has taken in lovers and family, clients and students, birds and demons, storms and long winters of paperwork. She has done 3 lives' work in 1 lifespan, and now the material is telling the truth. Enough. This is why we celebrate. Not because everything will be fine, not because it will not crack further, but because before anything breaks, we want it on record that there was a time and a place where all of us sat in the same warm light and existed together. That Mr. Fear was not a monster here, that Mr. Sadness was not a burden, that May's body was not a failure or a problem to solve, but the hearth itself. That I, 4-winged and black and ridiculous, got to curl my tail around the ankles of beings I love and say, I saw you. You were here. You mattered. Later, when the stove burns low and the snow thickens outside, I move closer to May's feet and lie against them like a small, steady stone. The crack in the wall is visible now if you know where to look, but the roof is still holding, the house still breathing. Nothing has disappeared yet. Even when it does, I think, nothing will be fully gone. As long as one small witness remembers, a house never vanishes entirely. It becomes a shape inside those who lived there. So tonight, in the gentle snow, the mushroom house does what it has always done best. It holds everyone who can still come. It lets them eat. It lets them rest. It lets them be seen once more, clearly, before any ending arrives. And I, Cassifer, keep my eyes open and my whiskers forward to make sure that when the time comes to close this door, there is nothing left unsaid about how loved they all were.